Hello again. Let's do our weekly drawing. Here we have a young model doing some looks like yoga kind of stretching, and that will be, you'll see the original. Before I start, I will structure it in that way, which is basically you have the hand coming up, you have the body moving, the elbow, the rib cage, and the hip are all here on that line. Then you have the upper body, hips, hip here, and you have the thigh coming up like this. There, the hip, bum, which is flat here on the surface, and the left arm. Let's make it a little bit smaller so it fits on the screen. So let's do the whole thing a little bit smaller. Okay. That's the same thing, just make it a bit smaller. So it fits on our format. That's the other arm. And hand itself there. Head. Upper arm. Lower arm. And hand. Here we are. That's the basis of it. As basic as it can be. So you have elbow, arm extended here, rib cage, she's quite lean, and thigh, hip here, and the upper arm, lower arm. And now the whole body weight is being handled or weighed on that. The whole body weight is basically here, is being kept by this upper arm here. Here. So the body weight, the upper body weight, sorry, I need to identify the upper body weight. You have that here. Here. And that hand is completely free in the sense that it's not keeping any weight, or it's not tied to anything of weight issues or anything else. So it's just free to move and to do anything that the person decides to. I have the ear, chin. I would go out a little bit here, which is the skull, and here. There. And the lower arm. There. A little bit smaller. Not small. I have done the hands a little bit small, so I'm going to give it wider hands and some shadow. So I can start putting some shadow actually here. And let's go back to the method that we use quite a lot of times. It's basically charcoal dust, and there's a beautiful V shape here on the hip, which is basically, it's the muscle of the gluteus with the spine, and creates kind of a V shape here. Also, you can connect that dark like this. Okay, you can connect that shadow, which is a shadow of the model, cast shadow of the model here. And here we have it. And the thigh and the calf here. And kind of the kneecap going that way. Thigh here. And getting back and forth with that shadow here. And what's happening on this particular scene is that you have a lot of very little, very dimmed or dim lights, which is being where the model is actually posing, very dim light. There's not any huge projection light, which is basically giving her more contrast. So there's very little contrast. These are the head, so the hair, so it's a bit darker here. Shadow, the cast shadow of the upper arm onto her head here. Then you have the spine. Cast shadow of the thigh onto the floor here. And a little bit of a dark tone here. What I see here is that I feel that the body is short. I've noticed that, but now it's more evident. Now that I'm start putting shadows, I need to come a little lower. Bring the whole thing, increase the length of the model basically. It is quite low. That means to modify the width of the thigh as well. And so I'm coming down with the length of the body, increasing it. And also moving that arm down as well, okay. So adjusting, seeing that things are going wrong, and adjusting things according to what's out there, what's the original model doing. And so there is no fear of getting things wrong. Get them all the time. Okay, there. And you have that hand here, which is doing that gesture. And the spine, as I said. Now, one thing that it may lengthen the body is that the head is quite big. I've noticed that as well. I've noticed that, and I've let it go. I let it go because I was thinking, okay, I can do something with the body, but actually there's not much I could do with the body except elongating the body. So put the head into more of a shadow and modify this. A shoulder here. This shoulder is a strained shoulder. we've said it, the whole body weight is being kept on this shoulder here. So actually this upper arm, it's a strained upper arm. It's got lots of pressure. It's keeping high. It's keeping the body weight, and subsequently needs to be shown that it's in strain. So I'm even elongating the kneecap now. There. Okay. A longer palm, and the palm of the hand here longer as well. Here. And give it a darker tonal value where the whole figure is sitting. Darker tonal value. There. Now I'm trying to be, or to simplify things. Not to be, but to simplify. To be more abstract in a way. Because at the end of the day, this is not a perfect description of what I see there. It's a modification of a reality from the eyes of the drawer. Yeah. Hip, the shadow, cast shadow. I have the kneecap. I can go a little bit darker here. I know it's not nowhere near as dark as that because it's a very low lighting model, but I'm trying to simplify it, modify it, simplify, make it, don't want to make it an abstract figure as such because that's not my goal, but if it comes, I'll let it go. I'll let it go and see where it will guide me. So drop that muscle low a little bit more. There. And give it a darker tone here. Bit of a dark tone here. This is the cast shadow. This shadow is a cast shadow of the upper arm on the head. Do you remember we said I'll make the head smaller as well? So it makes the body more in line, the length of the body more in line with the head. And which is so difficult. Let it go like this. Just a suggestion of fingers and the wrist here. There. And the left hand. Thumb, okay, I think it's simplified enough. And I think it serves the we can see what's going on with this. It's a strained pose, difficult pose, almost kind of a yoga pose. And you have shadow, and you have the left bum here of a darker tone. She's dressed. Okay, I think it's good. A bit more strained muscle bulging out. Okay, and I cannot see breast, but if you like, you can give a little bit more of a breast. Just an indication to show that the body is turned away. And let's insist on that shadow, which may give me that highlight here. Okay. I think that's good. A bit less corner there. Okay, now I think I need a putty rubber. Definitely a putty rubber. Just to clear up the light and the dark, and we're done. It is done. The proportions were important. Highlight on the chin. Highlight on the elbow. Highlight on the breast here. And cut a little bit the length of the thigh, because I think it's better than this way. We have a bit of a that line which separates the thigh from the hip. Keep that line light, keep that area light. Some strained muscles here, and especially here. There, and give it a little bit of a highlight. Okay, and lower, or an indication of thumb, index finger, and just an indication of the index finger here, or the upper part of the palm. There. And give it an inwards line here. That's the one. And that's the fold where the thigh and the hip meets. The fold. Let's make a little bit thinner right here. And some muscle showing of the gluteus, which connects with the hip. bring back that line because I've lost it a little bit. Yeah, bring it back, be more more concise there. And that's the other thigh, which we don't see actually. More precise, concise. First. Okay, and a general dark, and I'll leave it. A general dark here. Get that side of the left hand side of the shoulder into the dark shade here. Okay. Okay. Well, that's it. I'll leave it at that. It's descriptive of what's going on. It's okay with proportions. It's actually good with proportions. Yeah, it's good with proportions. The length of the thigh, the length of the body, the size of the head compared to the other parts of limbs, and so it's good. And a little bit of a neck here, and a bit more of a string. There. All right, let's sign it and date it. Don't want that to be seen, so give it a little bit of the sign, the signature, so give it a bit of a misty look. Okay, see you on the next one.